Lightning Ridge has long had a strong relationship with the arts. Music, fine art, literature, film. It's a vibrant and unique community that's always encouraged free thinkers and creative types. So it's not surprising. But what is a little bit surprising though, is that of all of the art forms to have been born out of Lightning Ridge's fascinating culture and history, one of them was a ballet performance.
The myth of Black Opal was a story told by Charlie Nettleton, probably on his deathbed in 1946, to a young girl who was always dreaming of being a ballet dancer. And it was in the early 60s that our friend Dawn Swain went to England. Her mother went with her, and they actually lived there while Dawn studied ballet. And she eventually choreographed the myth of Black Opal. The framed photos preparations that we have here at the Historical Society were designed and presented by her, and it is the Dreamtime story. So it was very progressive in that way. We have a few photographs associated with the ballet, as well as the sketches and designs of costumes. The origins of this ballet stemmed from a childhood story told to Dawn Swain by Lightning Ridge founder Charlie Nettleton. Charlie told the young Dawn a story she would never forget about the origins of the Black Opal. The ballet was conceived by choreographer Dawn Swain. It was created for Ballet Australia in 1961, with the score by the accomplished composer John Antill. The ballet was first performed at the Elizabethan Theatre in Sydney in a special program for new ballets. Two lovers saying their last farewells. Tomorrow, Wai must marry a person from his own tribe. They had broken the tribal taboo, and they wanted to escape the death penalty. Oh, they want to cross the desert, knowing that the warriors will quickly be on their tracks, seeking vengeance. Amaru is soon exhausted. The native hunters are seen in the distance. In despair, the lovers appeal to the spirit of the wind for help. A storm of rolling grass balls hides them from their pursuers. They are soon found. The warriors raise their spears when the spirit of lightning strikes. Together, Amaru and Yoroka are imprisoned in a ball of fire. Love everlasting. Thus was the love stone formed, forever known as Black Opal. So it's a story that tells about two people who were in the wrong skin groups of early Aboriginal culture. They fell in love, and it was how they were going to get together. How could they manage to be together? So it has great meaning.
Curiosity Mine is on Patreon. Patreon is a service that allows you to directly support your favourite creators, to allow them to continue making the content that you enjoy. If you think Curiosity Mine deserves it, jump on over to patreon.com/curiositymine or curiositymine.com/Patreon to see if there's something there that you can do to help support the channel. If you do, you'll get your name on this list of amazing people who are supporting the channel already. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. So curiositymine.com/Patreon or patreon.com/curiositymine, whichever flavour works for you. Let's get back. Let's bump the chord.
It was performed in 1961 down at the Hunters Hill Town Hall, and it was presented a second time. The music is a cappella. It's not very long, it's sort of an hour or so. And the composer is John Antill, who had already composed music for Corroboree, an Aboriginal ballet in 1947. So in this panel we have Judith Royal. She was the Aboriginal girl from the wrong skin group. And of course here we have the scenes of her liaising with her lover. And this is called The Lovers, describing really the meaning of each photo. The ride up, it's describing the situation and how they had to disguise themselves as tumbleweeds so no one would see them. And they could meet and they could share. And they wanted so much to be together. And the drama of all that was going on, people chasing them, trying to keep them apart. If that's a costume of someone who, you know, disguised as a tumbleweed. When we got this wonderful story, we read it with great interest because, as I say, Charlie Nettleton was a loner, and we really, of course, in these days, don't know any more about any other conversation he would have had. We know that he was going blind at the end of his life, and that he was in the Balmain men's home, and he actually died at Lidcombe Hospital in '46. But we know that he had been on the Opal fields all of those years. He was in his 80s, didn't strike it rich, but he was rich in stories. And he chose to share the myth of Black Opal with us. And as a result, we have our panels of information, the story, and of course we have the beautiful Nettleton bronze in front of our cottage here at the Historical Society. And Dawn Swain, the choreographer, unveiled our Charlie. She was very much a part of our society because her brother even mined here in the 80s out at the Grawin Fields, and he was killed in a cave-in there in 1988. He's buried in our local cemetery. So she was very much a part of Lightning Ridge, as her parents were, because they are the ones who knew Charlie Nettleton back in the 30s and took some original photos that we have of the man. Charlie Nettleton, a man who saw the potential in unusual black stones that was shown to him by the boundary rider's wife, Anne Ryan. Lucky us that he found us.
So that's the myth of the Black Opal, a ballet from 1961 based on a story told by Charlie Nettleton not long before his passing in 1946. The Lightning Ridge Historical Society has a display of photographs and memorabilia from the Black Opal Ballet on display in the Bush Nurse Association cottage at their museum in Marilla Street, Lightning Ridge, along with Dawn Swain's photographs of Lightning Ridge and Charlie Nettleton from the 1930s. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to Curiosity Mine on YouTube and maybe even supporting the channel directly through Patreon if you think the channel deserves it. The link is in the description. And thank you for watching.